Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. The biggest risk is not taking any risks. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. Move fast. Take risks. It's okay to try big things. You're better off trying something and having it not work and learning from that than having not done anything at all. My number one piece of advice is you should learn how to program. If you just work on stuff that you like and you're passionate about, you don't have to have a master plan with how things will play out. If we want to have the biggest impact, the best way to do this is to make sure we always focus on solving the most important problems. Find the thing you are super passionate about. Young people are just smarter. There's a difference between being obsessed and being motivated. You grow more when you get more people's perspective. People influence people. Nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend. A trusted referral influences people more than the best broadcast message. A trusted referral is the holy grail of advertising. Building a mission and building a business go hand in hand. By giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. If you're always under the pressure of real identity, I think that is somewhat of a burden. Hollywood has nothing to do with real life. If you're always under the pressure of real identity, I think that is somewhat of a burden. When you want to change things, you can't please everyone. If you do please everyone, you aren't making enough progress. A squirrel dying in front of your house may be more relevant to your interests right now than people dying in Africa. I'm here to build something for the long term. Anything else is a distraction. Books allow you to fully explore a topic and immerse yourself in a deeper way than most media today. I am looking forward to shifting more of my media diet towards reading books. I think video is a mega trend, almost as big as mobile. The unsupervised learning is the way most people will learn in the future. You have this model of how the world works in your head and you're refining it to predict what you think is going to happen in the future. People think innovation is just having a good idea, but a lot of it is just moving quickly and trying a lot of things. I think a simple rule of business is, if you do the things that are easier first, then you can actually make a lot of progress. I would only hire someone to work directly for me if I was willing to work for that person. People can be really smart or have skills that are directly applicable, but if they don't really believe in it, then they are not going to really work hard. What really motivates people at Facebook is building stuff that they're proud of. Virtual reality is going to be an important technology. I am pretty confident about this. It took 10 years to go from building the initial smartphone to reaching the mass market. BlackBerry came out in 2003 and it didn't get to about 1 billion units until 2013. So I can't imagine it would be much faster for VR. People don't care about what someone says about you in a movie, or even what you say, right? They care about what you build. In a lot of ways, Berlin is a symbol for me of Facebook's mission, bringing people together, connecting people and breaking down boundaries. I think that people just have this core desire to express who they are. And I think that's always existed. A guy who makes a new chair doesn't owe money to everyone who ever built a chair. Whenever I go to a new city, in order to help get on the right time zone and actually get a chance to see that city, I like running. If you recognize that self-driving cars are going to prevent car accidents, I will be responsible for reducing one of the leading causes of death in the world. We just cared more about connecting the world than anyone else. And we still do today. We are working hard to build a service that everyone, everywhere can use, whether they are a person, a company, a president or an organization working for change. I do everything on my phone as a lot of people do. In a world that's changing so quickly, you're guaranteed to fail if you don't take any risks. I just think people have a lot of fiction. But I mean, the real story of Facebook is just that we've worked so hard for all this time. I mean, the real story is actually probably pretty boring, right? I mean, we just sat at our computers for 6 years and coded. All of my friends who have younger siblings who are going to college or high school. My number one piece of advice is you should learn how to program. I generally think if you do good things for people in the world, that comes back and you benefit from it over time. We also have a dog. His name's Beast. He's a sheepdog. He's super cute. I love him. The ability to share whole scenes from our lives will be a valuable thing over time. People developed planes first and then took care of flight safety. If people were focused on safety first, no one would ever have built a plane. Advertising works most effectively when it's in line with what people are already trying to do. If Facebook were a country, it would be the 8th most populated in the world, just ahead of Japan. Don't discount yourself. No matter what you're doing, everyone has a unique perspective that they can bring to the world. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. If things aren't breaking, then you're not moving fast enough. People learn by making mistakes. When you want to change things, you can't please everyone. If you do please everyone, you aren't making enough progress. If you actually do something you love, it's a lot easier and takes on a lot more purpose. Move fast, take risks. It's okay to try big things. You're better off trying something and having it not work and learning from that than having not done anything at all. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. You grow more when you get more people's perspective. The question I ask myself like almost every day is, am I doing the most important thing I could be doing? The most important thing is to keep your team as small as possible. I'm trying to make the world a more open place by helping people connect and share. Helping 1 billion people connect is amazing, humbling, and by far the thing I am most proud of in my life. By giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. Companies face a handful of different risks, whether it is competitors or different market environments. But I think that people focus way too much on competitors and not enough on their own execution. We look for people who are passionate about something. In a way, it almost doesn't matter what you're passionate about. What we really look for when we're interviewing people is what they've shown an initiative to do on their own. What Facebook stands for in the world is giving people a voice and spreading ideas and rationalism. The question I ask myself like almost every day is, am I doing the most important thing I could be doing? Unless I feel like I'm working on the most important problem that I can help with, then I'm not going to feel good about how I'm spending my time. And that's what this company is. Our mission is to make the world more open and connected. We do this by giving people the power to share whatever they want and be connected to whoever they want, no matter where they are. I think as a company, if you can get to things right, having a clear direction on what you are trying to do and bringing in great people who can execute on the stuff, then you can do pretty well. I started the site when I was 19. I didn't know much about business back then. I know it sounds corny, but I'd love to improve people's lives, especially socially. Making the world more open is not an overnight thing. It's a 10 to 15 year thing. What really motivates people at Facebook is building stuff that they're proud of. People can be really smart or have skills that are directly applicable, but if they don't really believe in it, then they're not going to really work hard. I think people tend to be worried about every new technology that comes along. I mostly built stuff that I liked. Advertising works most effectively when it's in line with what people are already trying to do.